Welcome to Boss Writer Academy. If you're here because of my Instagram reel with Judy, the stuck starter, you're in the right place. But before we get started, let's go back. Are you a stuck starter? How you can determine if you're a stuck starter is trying to evaluate if there are things in your way that has kept you sort of stuck in the same position. Now, often I hear people in my community around when they meet me, they always tell me they have an idea for a book. So, okay, you have an idea. What's going on? It could be that they haven't written the book. They don't know where to start. Or they've started, they've tried to write, but somehow every time to book time or book a scheduled time to write, it's difficult for them. And if they do start, sometimes they get stuck. They're not sure how to, develop their book, or they just don't have enough time in their day. And then I start to think about, is it important for you? Is it really one of your goals to succeed and publish your book? Because if it is, you will try to find a way to schedule time to write. So if you're in that place and you're wondering, okay, what is going on? Why can't I finish my book? Why can't I finish my chapters? Here are a couple of things that I want to discuss with you to sort of get you on the track to think about, are there behaviors or are there things that I'm doing in my life, in my day-to-day, that is preventing me from completing my book? Now, let's go into it. So I have 5 quick things. So the first thing, I usually create an outline. When I'm writing any book, I have a basis of that outline. What it looks like, it may have a tentative title. It may have, this book is about that. 3 or 4 things. And then those 3 or 4 things serve me as chapter prompts. So I put those 3 or 4 things down and I try to build chapter ideas from those 4 things. And from those 4 chapter ideas, I then have subcategories of things that I could use to develop, to explain or to elaborate on that chapter title. Before you know it, I have 2 pages of prompts and content that when I do sit down to write, after I figure out, okay, what is the goal to write my book? I would probably try to write 1 chapter a day, depending on how quick you are as a writer, how quick you type, or how much time you have. It could also be 5 pages a day or 10 pages a day. Again, you will determine based on your time, your skills, and things like that. So an outline serves as such an incredible way to put a book together, have the skeleton or the frame of the book without really even starting yet, but your book is like almost done. Trust me, this works. The last book I've written, and you will see that announcement coming soon, I did it exactly like that. I built a frame, I built an outline for the book, and then I developed the book chapter by chapter. Before 2 weeks was done, I had the book done. And it's basically, you can do the same. Now, I have links in the bottom of this description that has from vision to manuscript outline guides. Nonfiction, fiction, children's book. Go download one and start. It will show you how to do that, take you through steps, prompts, to create your own book outline and get started on your book. Now let's go to number 2. Write first, edit later. This is huge, honestly. And sometimes early on in my journey, I did that a lot. I would write and then I would write and edit before the book is even done. What I would suggest is that write first, get everything out of your mind, and then edit later. Because what happens is that when you write and edit, you haven't allowed yourself to get the entire first draft out. You block your flow. And then what happens also, this emotional or mental aspect of it, is that when you do start to edit, you start to criticize yourself. And you realize that you start to come down on yourself because, what am I saying? You haven't even developed and got everything out yet, but you're already criticizing yourself and editing what you've written when it's not fully developed. And that process can definitely make you feel like you've shot yourself in the foot and that you've already failed before you even start. So write first. And I tell this to my authors sometimes that stop beating up yourself for not writing perfectly. Sometimes all you have to do is get that idea out of your mind, get it onto paper, and then move from there. Because what happens is, guess what? you can hire an editor. You can hire an editor just like that to help it, to tune it up and get it all polished. So stop trying to be an editor when your job in the first stage is to be a writer. Be that. The third thing is building a writing routine. Discipline, distractions, those are the words you're going to hear a lot in this channel because it what helps you to figure out where your shortcomings are and how to adjust to succeed. I always say this often, know who you are. If you're a person that is easily distracted by your telephone and you're building a routine that is around social media and your telephone, you'll always be distracted and then you won't be able to succeed or accomplish your goal. So it's important to, when you build your writing routine, know who you are. That means also, if you're not a morning person, don't put your writing schedule to write in the morning. If you feel like you think better at night, put your routine to start at night, where that's where you write your first chapter. If you feel like you can't write at home, that sometimes it's too noisy or it's not a place that helps you to be productive, find a productive space and create your writing routine around that. Because what happens is that you will be able to set yourself up for success than set yourself up for failure. If you know the spaces at your home are not conducive to writing, then we're not going to move forward with your book. If you know that you're easily distracted and somehow you always have to work on your phone, you have to adjust for something along that lines where you're not able to use your phone for a bit so you can focus on writing your book. If you also figure out that using your laptop may not actually causes you to scroll over to YouTube somehow and you get distracted and you're not able to continue writing your book, then how about you use a pencil and a pen for now, or you use something that forces you to stay on the writing screen and not switch over to YouTube. And I actually have, I'll put it in the description. I actually have a couple softwares that does that. They help you, the writers who have a hard time writing, who will be easily distracted if they have their Microsoft Word up and YouTube is too easily accessible. There's actually softwares that you can use that helps you to stay on the writing screen alone without moving forward. Number 4, use your voice. So what happens is that sometimes if you're inspired by other authors, or you may see someone publish a book recently and you read it and you're like, oh, I love this style. I love that style. I love that style. And somehow you start writing your own book to sort of figure out how to include all of these different styles that you've just seen that you love. You will eventually lose your own voice. You can't write like anyone else. You should just focus on your voice, what you're saying, because what happens is that you will most likely get confused on the journey. Most likely the types of styles will conflict with each other, and who you are as an author needs to be your voice. So focus on your voice and stop trying to sound like someone else. Now, the last point is getting support. Sometimes you need the support. You sometimes hear accountability groups, accountability coaches. Sometimes you're that person that needs a little support, and that's okay. That's why I'm here. I have so many incredible authors, and sometimes it's just because of the challenges that they have in their own day, the times where in their own day they have to show up as the expert, as the leader, that it's exhausting as it is to then try to show up to challenge themselves to complete the book. And that's where I come in. You don't have to do this alone. Go to the description now. You could book a book boss strategy session with me, and we will go over your entire book using one of my book outlines that you will get for free when you book a session with me. And we will go through your book idea and basically draw up the entire skeleton for your book, the entire outline. And all you have to do is find a writing time in your schedule, put a goal together, and sit down and write. This, I guarantee, will help you. Please, please, please check out the description. Don't leave without subscribing to the channel, commenting below, tell me what was helpful from this video. I will have a part 2 to this video because there are many other things that can help you to get unstuck. And don't forget to check out the description for the From Vision to Manuscript outlines, nonfiction, fiction, and children's books. And don't forget, maximize on the opportunity to book a one-on-one strategy call with me, Book Boss Strategy, and we can sit down and outline your entire book together. Listen, don't let this opportunity pass you by, because I don't often do this, but I'm going to save 10 spaces for 10 truly aspiring authors who are really serious about getting their books out of their minds. 10 spaces only. See you there.